Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so let me get right into the story because I know y'all probably looking at the title like, what or whatever. Okay, so let me get right into it. Basically, I had a best friend, which I have did a video on my best friend, my ex-best friend, or whatever the case may be. I will link it down below. But she was very, very wild. In that video, I also explained how we were kind of like grease and water with our personalities and like how we were. I was more of like the mommy figure, and she was more of the woo, let's party. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like she was that type of person. So, anyways, which brings me to this story. So y'all, I'm more of like the protector, the provider, the come on, oh, you know what I'm saying, patching up wounds when you fall, you know, that type of like mommy figure. So she always has went through things in her life, okay, and I've always tried to like get her through the things that she's went through and kind of like just always be there for her as her friend. And you know, we kind of were like sisters. We weren't blood, but you know, sometimes when you get close to someone that's not family, you can become so close to where they feel like family, and some of your family you may not even be as close to. I know somebody got to feel me when I say that, okay? So she was just going through a lot of things. She was going down a lot of wrong paths, but it wasn't really a lot on her. It was kind of on her mom too, because her mom lived that same kind of struggle lifestyle, you know, and it was kind of rubbing off on her, and she just never learned the way. She never knew the way. She didn't really know what to do. She just kind of like going through life, you know. And I was the type of person where like I was raised up in a home with both parents, okay, not saying that really, you know, it's a huge deal, but I do think that kind of makes somewhat of a difference sometimes in some kids in certain situations, okay, before anybody get offended. I grew up in a home with both parents, so I kind of knew the way a little bit more. I kind of knew right from wrong, what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing, things like that, more age appropriate things and all the yada yada yada. So I knew those things. She didn't. So whatever I kind of knew, I would try to tell her and guide her. But anyways, with all that being said, she was just going through a lot. Her mom didn't help her do a lot of things. She had to pay bills in the home. She had to like really get out there and get it at a young age. You know, she was exposed to a lot of things at a young age that I feel like she shouldn't have. But, you know, we're all raised differently, and that was just how she was raised. So she was like really like, you know, I'm not making enough money. I just got this car. She had ended up getting a car or whatever. She was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to redo my lips because I feel like my lips look real ratchet. But anyways, she had just got a car. She was like, you know, I got to make this money so I can pay this car note or whatever. And we were both working at a wing place, like a wing bar, okay? So we were both working there as servers, you know, and it just wasn't cutting it. She's like, I'm just not making enough money. I need to do something different. You know, I'm just like, okay, so what, you gonna pick up another job? Because whenever she needed me, I was there. Whenever she needed me to like give her some money or whatever case may be, I was there, like real life there. Like, you need money, here you go, whatever, you know, because I didn't have a lot of responsibilities. I didn't have a lot to do. So the money that I was making was getting pocketed, okay? It was just like, I was spending on like hair, makeup, and food. You know, we were young, so it's just like whatever. So it just got to the point, she's like, you know, I just need more money. You know, I'm like, okay. And so what are you gonna do? So she was like, I don't know. I talked to this guy. You know, I've been talking to this guy. So I'm like, what guy? Or whatever. She was like, yeah, it's this guy. You know, because most of the time we were like in the know about a lot of things with each other, and we kind of kept each other up on game, but like who we was talking to and what we were doing. But she had never mentioned the guy. She's like, yeah, he does photography or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, and he's looking for models. He's always recruiting for models and stuff like that. I was like, really? Are you sure that's legit? Because I know it's a lot of people who do that little recruiting for models, but sometimes you ain't really modeling. I don't really know what you're doing, because I've had people reach out to me for that, for like shoots, like video shoots and photo shoots and modeling type things. And then when I really looked into it, it really wasn't like what it was all souped up to be. So that's why I'm just kind of like, you know, just make sure you know what you're doing, basically, you know. And I want whatever you do, you know, keep me in the know, because I need to know. I was the type of friend that if you go with anybody, I need to know the address, I need to know their full name, where y'all going, what's the license plate. I need to know, boom, 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 you know, just in case something happens, I will know, hey, this is what happened, they were here at this time, this is his name, this is that. You know, you always need to have somebody in the know of what you are doing. You should never do something where someone knows nothing. Okay, so I'm just like, you know, let me know, you know, name, you know, whatever. So she showed me like his name. I mean, she showed me like his Instagram and his Facebook. So she's like, yeah, he's legit. You see all the girls on here, whatever. But like on his Instagram page, it was all these like half naked girls on there or whatever. Like they taking pictures in bathing suits and all this stuff like this, you know. So I'm like, and then I was like, oh, he looks so old. Like he looks so much older. Are you sure about this? She was like, yeah, it's legit. I know some other girls who has worked for him and they make him bank, and they go to Dallas to some club called Onyx and they just make bank or whatever. At the time, I didn't know this club called Onyx was like a strip club, you know. I'm just like, oh, okay. She was like, oh yeah, it's legit. So I'm gonna hit him up and like see, can we go forth with it? And so I'm like, oh, okay, or whatever. And so she ends up hitting the guy up. She was like, oh, good news or whatever. He was saying he does have an opening for like a new model and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, you know, okay, a new model. It's like, so what, you know, how do you get it started? You know, what do you do? So she's like, well, he was saying that I have to meet him at this place or whatever, and I have to kind of audition. I'm like, oh, okay, or whatever. I'm like, so when's the audition or whatever? So she was like, the audition is such and such, but I really want you to come with me. I'm like, okay, like, where is it at, like a building or a place? So basically, he was trying to make it seem like he had like this studio or whatever. Like, he wanted her to come to the studio and stuff. And so she was like telling me, she's like, yeah, he has his own studio and all this like this, and we're gonna go, you know, I want us to go. So at the time, like her mom or something had to borrow her car or whatever case may be, and I had to take her and my little puppet. Okay, so I'm like, okay, let's go. So we both took off for work that day and we head over to the house, to his house or whatever. So we're like routing it on our phone. So I'm like, okay, so is you sure we're going the right way? Because we zipping through the hood, you know what I'm saying? We zipping zapping through the hood, you know. We up there like, you know, like, where the niggas riding real slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, real slow, all back in the seats. This one, I'm like, okay, what we, you know, and I wasn't really around the city too much, but I knew about certain areas. You know, like, when you don't really be out there much, but you know where not to go, and you know where to go. You know, this, that. That's how I knew it. I'm like, girl, we going over here, and this ain't no nice area, or whatever. Like, the slums. I'm like, you sure? She like, yeah, girl, yeah, this is the address he gave me. I'm like, all right, or whatever. So I'm feeling a little uneasy. You know, when you get that little alert in your, that feeling, that intuition, like something ain't right or whatever. But I'm going with it because I'm your friend. I'm here to support you, whatever you trying to do, okay? So I just kept asking her the whole way there. I'm kind of jittery and fidgety. I'm like, are you sure this is legit or whatever? That's probably why people didn't want to be my friend anymore, because I'm too cautious. I don't know, but I was worried. Hell, I was wondering why she wasn't worried. So I'm like, you sure it's legit? Like, you talked to him, you looked into this stuff, do you? And she's like, yeah, girl, calm down. I'm like, okay, or whatever. So we go. So I ended up, I had a boyfriend at the time or whatever. So I seen him. He was like, what are you doing or whatever? So I like told him, yeah, I'm with her, and he didn't really like her or whatever. So he like, oh my God, what is going on? What she got you tied up in now? I'm like, oh, nothing. I'm just taking her to this interview. Or whatever. So he's asking a whole bunch of questions and stuff like this. I was like, let me call you back. So then I get off the phone with him. So once I get off the phone with him or whatever, we're like, you know, we're trying to find the house because I have no idea. We still like zipping through these neighborhoods trying to see like where is the house at. Like I said, we're in the slums. So all of a sudden the thing was like, your destination is going to be on the right. So I'm like, on the right? What's on the right? Like, we're looking to the right or whatever, and it's like, you have reached your destination. I'm like, reached out there? What is this? So it was like this house or whatever, and the house was like orange, and it looked abandoned. Like, it legit didn't look like nobody lived there ever. It's like trees and grew all in the front of the house, like boards on the door. Some of the windows was like banged out, smashed out, and the grass didn't like it had been cut. It was leaves there was like this, like an old broke down car in the driveway. I'm like, okay, put that address back in again, because I don't think we're at where we're supposed to be, you know. So she's just like, no, girl, this is the address. Calm down, just park in the driveway. So I'm like, what? She's like, I'm gonna let him know I'm here and stuff. I'm like, girl, what is this? I don't think we're supposed to be here, okay? We don't like nobody's here. So she's like, so I saw a truck. It was like a nice truck or whatever, a really nice truck, just parked like on the side of the street or whatever. She's like, that might be his truck or whatever, girl, come on. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm scared. So I'm like, I don't really want to go up in here. Like, is it like somebody dead bodies or something here? Like, I don't know what's in here. So she's like, girl, come on. So I'm like, okay, let me shut up. You know, let me just shut up. Let me just be here for her. So then she like, we knock on the door, whatever. and like he comes to the door, and so like no, some other guy comes to the door, some big guy comes to the door, whatever. He's like, hey, what's up? And so she was like, yeah, I'm here to see such and such or whatever. He was like, oh, okay. So then we walk in or whatever, and y'all legit, this, what is this? It looked like furniture was in the house, like somebody was moving, but it was like plastic over the furniture. It's like cobwebs, places. Like it don't even look like nobody supposed to be in this house, like legit, like for real. Like they just picked the old abandoned house and they just end up doing stuff. So anyways, he's just like, such and such here for you, or whatever, like yell in the back for whoever the guy is or whatever. So the guy comes to the front, so he's like, oh, hi, how you doing? How y'all doing? What's up or whatever. He's like, so who is this and stuff like that. So I guess he wasn't expecting me to be there. So he was like, are you trying to become a model too? I was like, me? No, I'm just here with my friend or whatever. So he was like, oh, well, you know, she can't come in the back with you with the audition. So I'm just like, why can't I come to the back? I was like, I don't want to stay up here. Like, why? Or whatever. So he's like, no, she has to come to the back by herself or whatever. You can't come with her. You got to stay up here. Like, okay or whatever. So I'm having to stay up here in this scary house with this big guy, whatever. So, you know, so she's like, okay, she's so bubba-headed, airheaded or whatever. So she goes to the back wherever with the guy. So she goes with him, and I mean, time's like a ticking, like I mean, time's just going. Okay, just going. My boyfriend's blowing on my phone. I'm not really trying to answer because I don't really want, I know he's gonna be upset if he know like where I'm at and like what we doing. So I'm not really trying to answer the phone, you know. So he's just like, where you at, like what you doing, you know, what interview, you know, tell me she had an interview, and you know, where's y'all at? I don't trust her or whatever, because he didn't never trust my friend. So then I'm just talking to like the big guy who had answered the phone, answered the door and stuff. We just having like small talk. So y'all, it's like over almost an hour or whatever. Like all I hear is like really, really, really loud music coming from another room. I don't hear nothing else. You know, I'm getting kind of worried. I'm like, you know, she good? You know, can I go back there? He's like, no, you can't go back there. You can't go back there. Why is she auditioning and all this stuff like this? She was really supposed to come by herself. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna let my friend like go nowhere by herself or nothing like this. So like, I was coming because I needed to know like where she was at, and you know, she wanted to be she said she was coming to try to be a model, so you know, I want to know what's up. So then he's like, no, you can't go back there, she'll be out soon or whatever. So she comes out or whatever, and she's just like, he's telling her something. She's like, okay, so I just be looking for your call. Okay, so I'm just like, dude, like what are you doing or whatever. So we're getting ready to walk out or whatever. So the guy who like auditioned her or whatever, who's supposed to be this top photographer or whatever case may be, whatever he's supposed to be recruiting for time, I don't know, he's just like, are you sure you don't want to, you know, you don't want to audition? I'm like, no, heck no, I don't even know what's going on. So then he's like, so then me and her were getting ready to go. So as we're like walking out the door and everything like that, she's like, like, so how did it go and stuff? And so she was like, okay, well, basically this is like, I had to like do a dance for him, like I had to do a lap dance for him, and then he had a pole in the back, like this stripper pole in the back, and I had to like be on the pole, like swing on the pole and stuff. I'm like, whoa, pole, lap dance, what is this? I'm like, you said that you was trying to do the modeling thing. I said, please don't tell me this is one of them things about these guys who's like got other intentions. Like, don't tell me, because I said, you already know there's a lot of guys who do that type of stuff. It's not really like modeling or photo shoots and stuff like that. It's like porn. And so she's like, no, whatever. And I also had to like have sex with him to like try out. You try out for what? What you try out for? Bill, I'm just like, whoa, cut the check. Look, cut the beat. Cause I'm like, how, why, what you mean you gotta have sex with him or whatever? You had to have sex with him. I'm like, this is a complete stranger. Like, why would you do that or whatever? She's just like, oh no, it's good, it's cool or whatever. He just said it's a part of the auditioning or whatever. And so he said he's gonna look over my pictures and just see how I did, and if, you know, I'm a good go, I'm going to follow him to Dallas so that I could strip at this place called Onyx. I'm like, strip at a place called Onyx? I'm like, how are you gonna get into a club? We're not even 18 or whatever. I'm like, we're not even 21, we're not even 18, so how is it gonna happen? So he was like, okay, so a lot of people in the strip club industry, they're not of age, okay, but it's like they just like, they have like fake IDs and stuff like that, and like the people in the club, they all know they're underage, but when like the head people come in, they hide them. Like, you have to hide. So there are like 15, 16-year-olds in there, you know, a lot of people that are underage, but like when the head people come in, they hide them so that they won't see them, and like the club won't get shut down and all stuff like this. I'm like, girl, what or whatever. I'm like, I thought this was like modeling and stuff. I told you this seemed fishy. Look at the building. Like, he don't even seem right. He don't even seem like he got it all together. And so she was like, no, it's cool, it's cool. He told me I'm gonna be making this much, like 3,000 to 4,000 a night. I'm gonna be doing this and that. I just gotta really stick by his side. He's gonna take me to different clubs. He's gonna hook me up with a lot of different, his other photographer buddies, and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. I'm like, girl, this is not legit. Like, for real, I don't know what this is. What you mean? I said, it really sounds like he's trying to pimp you. Like, I don't really understand why did you have to have sex with him, okay, to audition. What kind of audition is this? On audition, I know you gotta have sex with somebody if you're doing porn. So, what kind of audition are you doing? Let me know real quick. Okay, so she's just like, no, calm down, you know, like, people always think I'm being so dramatic and stuff. No, I'm paying attention to the Carfax. Oh, okay, I'm trying to see what's really going on. Why? What? Or whatever. Like, it was just too much. Like, I'm driving, like, what? Or whatever. It's just like, yeah. The other girls who do this or whatever, they were telling me how they make bank and how they've paid off their cars doing this, and they can do this and they can buy this. And he was telling her that she needs to just stick by his side, and, you know, don't let no outside friends and nobody like get into her head and stuff like that. And this is like, she can really make a whole bunch of money doing this and stuff. I'm just like, girl, I just don't know. Or she's like, Erin, I really need the money right now. I just have to do this. There's nobody paying my bills. My mom is helping me. Like, nobody's here for me. Like, I have to do this. Is something I have to do. I'm like, I just don't want you to feel like you have to do. Like, why won't you just pick up like a second job or something like that? She's like, no, it's gonna take too long. He was telling me I can make nightly money, and I could do this, and I can make this, and I can do that. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, or whatever. He was like, he's really trying to get me to get you on board. I'm like, no, I'm not down with it. Or whatever. She's like, oh, you so boring, just come on. I'm like, no, I'm not down with it. It just don't seem legit. All this seem weird. Like, no, I don't even want you to do it. So she ends up getting a little upset because I guess I was being too naggy for her or whatever, being too all in her space. And so she gets upset, and she's just like, okay, Erin, whatever. You know, I don't want to listen to this. You're not being considerate that I need to make money and I need to do this and do that. So, you know, I'm just going to, I'm going to just do this, and whether you want to be my friend or not, or whether you're going to do this with me or not, then, oh well. You know, and she gets upset, so I end up dropping her off at home, and she's just like straight silent with me for a really, really long time, because I won't be in on her doing this, in with her on it with her doing this, you know. But she had her little friends, y'all remember my last video, her little bubblehead ass friends who just like, girl, yes, girl, this is a good deal. He gonna get you that bread because Nene, TT, and Poo Poo, they getting that money. You see what kind of car she driving around in. You see this or whatever. You see what she got in her apartment, or look at her house and stuff like that, you know. And I was more the type of person like, do not, like, I just don't see this end up being well. And then this is a freaking stranger, this old ass man, and you done set up here and had sex with him to audition to be a model? No. Okay, he's talking about taking you here and taking you there and hooking you up with homeboys. Sound like selling you to me. You know, it just didn't sound right. And she was really upset about it, okay? And I just don't understand how she was, you know, why she was so upset with me, which she thought that I didn't understand. But even being young, I still understood. It's just not what you're supposed to be doing, you know? And basically, that whole situation kind of brought me to saying this, okay? Is that how it happens? Is this how young females and stuff like that, is that how they get kind of sucked in? You know what I'm asking? Because that's how I think it happens. I think it happens like that. That's how they start to get sucked in, because they meet somebody like that. They start selling them all these hopes and dreams, and they get into this cycle, and they start doing that, you know? And, you know, she was just, you know, she wasn't really having it, because he had filled her head up like she finna be making all these thousands of dollars a night, you know? And she was just stuck on it. Like, oh, what? Yes, you know, and she's young. We're not even 18 yet or whatever. So, you know, $100, $500, $600, you know, that sound like big money. You know what I'm saying? At the time, it's just like, what? I can make this much, you know? And I think that's how people get sucked in. These fake-ass producers, fake-ass photographers, you know, fake-ass people who talking about some modeling or whatever. That's really not modeling. They're trying to get people to like sell their bodies and trying to like prostitute, escort. They're trying to do all that stuff like that, you know, just to sell them dreams. And sometimes they do make money and stuff, but I just, to each their own. If you do that, get your money, boo. But I just don't think that's the way. I feel like there's other things to do other than that, but I'm not shaming anyone if that's what you do. But it's just, at that moment, I really didn't want my friend to do that, but she had it so made up in her mind, y'all. It was like, it was almost like hypnosis. Like, no, this is what I'm doing. You know, this is what I'm going to do. And he promised me this, he promised that. And it was just kind of like, wow, you know, that ain't the way. That's just how I felt. I just felt like it wasn't the way. But I don't know. Everybody goes through different situations. So, and I'm not trying to sound judgmental. Everybody goes through different situations, and everybody is just looking for like a way out, you know. But I just feel like to every situation, there's always other solutions, you know. It just always is. But I don't know. It could be different for other people. I don't know. I just thank God I've never had to result in doing that. And I hope that I won't ever have to result in doing that. But that's just me. Okay? You know, some people going to say, you don't know what I've been through. You don't understand. You done been at the silver spoon all your life. And I had to get out there and, you know, sell some nook. And I had to swing on that pole to feed my kid. Okay, and that's fine. You know, but I don't know. I didn't want my friend to do it. Am I wrong? You know, am I being inconsiderate, you know, for it? You know, am I wrong? I don't know. I just know people go through certain things, but I just didn't want her to do it. I didn't want her to get it sucked into their life, and especially not so young, where she doesn't know the ins and outs of everything. She doesn't really know right from wrong yet. Or if she's still learning. If she was like older and it was just really her decision, I don't know. I would still be like, I don't think you should do it. Let's try to do some other type of things, okay? You know, here's a McDonald's, Burger King, whatever application. You know, let's try to get 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs before we resort to that. But you know, was I wrong? I don't know. Did I not understand her situation? I don't know. Should I have helped more? I don't know. You know, I don't know. But she was upset about it. And she felt like you're trying to control me and ruin my life, you know. You acting like my mom, you know. So I'm just like, I don't know. She's like, I gotta get out here and get it, and this is the only way that I can get it. So do you all feel like that was the only way? I mean, am I wrong by thinking that there's other solutions other than, you know, selling your body and stuff? I don't know. What do you all think? Leave it in the comments. I would be very, 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 very interested in knowing, you know, what you think about this whole situation. You know, have you been in a situation like this? Have you had to resort in something like this? You know, just let me know your thoughts and opinions on this story, and I will definitely get back to y'all and we can discuss. And yeah, y'all already know. I'll see you in my next